views of different cities that you see off the top of chimneys is spectacular. You sort of get a feeling of calm up there. It's an isolated feeling. You haven't got all the noise that you get down at ground level of traffic and machinery operation. It's very quiet. You've just got the wind that's blowing, and basically you've only got the conversation between you and the men that are up on top of the chimney. Generally it's quite peaceful. The two chimneys at Chimney are unusual chimneys, and they're unusual because they're constructed from precast concrete. That means in sections, concrete sections. Generally concrete chimneys today are basically called cast in situ, where they're built all in one piece with just shutter joints, shutter lips. These two particular chimneys were precast. There's not many of them in the UK, so we had to approach it from an heavy lifting point of view. The site was still active, there were still people working for Michelin on site. The whole site was not due for demolition, it was only going to be part demolition. So, to blow the chimney up, or to what we call, to cause the chimney to fall in a predetermined direction, was not something that we could do. The chimney was constructed of 60 precast concrete rings that were held in position by probably 30 or 40 tie rods. So when the heavy lifting procedures were considered, we needed a crane, number one, big enough and tall that would have the reach to go over 200 foot high and to lift more than 10 ton in weight. First and foremost, like I said, you consider your heavy lifting and the right cranes that's required. The second thought then, or the second consideration, is how do we get up there safely to enable us to get access to these individual rings? Well, the first procedure is we put interconnecting steeplejack ladders to the full height of the chimney on one elevation. A fall arrest system is in place at all times when we're laddering. Following that, then we put what is referred to in our industry as a single deck modular frame scaffolding, and that's rigged on a steel band so that it can be lowered in conjunction with the demolition. We had to expose those 40 tie rods that were securing each ring. Now, we didn't loosen them, all we did was expose them, so we cut the concrete around each individual bolt, exposing the bolt on each ring. So we have to make sort of 40 insertions around the bolt. Once we'd done that on the first ring, then we lowered the scaffold on chain blocks, and then we'd go to the next ring where we exposed the bolts again. And we'd do this until we got about half the chimney, the bolts exposed to it, on half the stack. Once we'd done that, then we'd lower the top deck to just below where the bolts were, and we'd cut the bolts off with oxygen and acetylene putting equipment. But before doing that, we'd have the section slung at the top, ready for lifting, and then once we put the bolts off, then the crane is ordered to make a lift. The lift procedure then is taking place by the advanced steeplejack on the scaffolding, and also in conjunction with the groundsman on the floor. And then the section is lifted off, and it's lowered under control to ground level. Once that procedure is completed, he moves his scaffolding then down to the next ring, and the same procedure happens again. We took the two chimneys down in conjunction with each other. We had the crane centralised between the two, so we worked on one, and when we got the sections down to the desired level, we moved on to the other one and removed that one down to the desired level. I think the project took about 10 weeks. The weather is a huge element of our working day. We had perfect weather conditions for the entire contract, and that was in February and March, so we were very fortunate.